Here we go again. Elasem's adventure continues. So, we last left off here at a cozy hearth warming fire. And so... stand? Let's rise to the challenge. So, what happened? I moved the add-ons. I think that probably also happened last time. And let's continue. We'll continue to follow the... not Hearthstone guide, the Rested XP guide. I have considered also adding the WoW Pro free guide, just maybe a little later, because when we finish this area, we want to have a smooth transition into another guide. I found that when playing in Season of Mastery, all of a sudden jumping, it will assume that, oh, you are at this level and you're going here and you have completed these quests. It can be a little more annoying than it should be switching guides. Especially when we're transitioning to the old world, because I think that the Blood Elf lance, it will last until around level 20 probably. There's no level showing here. Here there is. Okay, so after the Ghost Lance, I think we'll be around level 20. So, and this guide for Wrath lasts until 30, so okay. Maybe not that bad, but for the old world, it's definitely nice to have a good guide on hand. And we disobeyed our guide a little bit here last time. It wanted us to go do this, and we went and did these camp quests instead, but I think that's fine. And we are continuing to having problems with backspace. And there's really not that much we could sell. We could sell the eggs right here. Alchemy. I think just to do Slashu. There's still a lot of people, more than 50 people playing here in the Eversong routes in our level range. It's nice to see. And to confirm that we are not completely behind the curve. I think that's a lot of people's concern when they look at the median. Yes, that's the one. How the median player actually fares, because many people are in their 30s or 40s right now. They're taking this PvP fresh server very seriously. I think the Giant Stalker is a bit better, and I could really, I would want to go to Giant Stalker for that reason alone. Just to have it more chill, because I'm really not recording that much, going very slowly. Therefore, having a community that's more level with you, that would make it easier to get groups, and it's just much more cozy. And I think I see some posts saying that, oh, boosting has ruined the community. Everybody wants to do boosting tactics, even though boosting is not really a thing. They want to do massive pulls and mage cleave, and I'm really not into that. I don't think it's in the spirit of the game. And I think going too hard at it, it really ruins the game part of it. This is the tilt. When we're going uphill or downhill, dynamic cam really can't figure it out. But I agree, this is a very steep hill, but what? I would not want to look that way. I think we'll just go finish the spot right here. He was at the top, right? How do we get to the top? Maybe it's a longer... Now I can remember to actually rebuff myself, because I see the buffs all the time. I think it makes a huge difference. I also found, for example, in Classic, a lot of times mobs will give you a disease. Rapid Bear disease, or the mobs in... not Scarlet Mon... the one in Stormwind. The dungeon in Stormwind. They will apply a disease to you. I think we'll pull something here. Problem. Can handle 2. Prove that. I think this guy will heal me, so we can keep him alive for longer now. Wait, level. And now we hit level 10. Ooh. That is exciting. Which means... seems like we forgot to train our previous spells. Hammer of Justice, yes. Another interrupt. Parry, very nice. Hopefully, I think we found out this last time that parry is a larger chance than that. And we can remove all these things. Hand and protection, and this is a new thing apparently. It's called hand and not blessing of protection. But let's look at that when we get it. But more importantly, we have a talent point. And what to do with this talent point? I don't think I want to go holy. Protection has this nice talent. I have looked a little bit at it. Divine Strength. So total strength would just mean more damage because strength equals attack power and block value. So that would be nice, but we don't really get anything offensive after that. Less stun effects, cooldown, and dodge chance. So not really that. Mitigation, what you would expect from a protection tree, but I find sometimes there's more exciting things than the other trees for some reason, like balance in... Druids have Omen of Clarity in their balance tree, which works in all forms, which is very nice, and they have 10% damage for all forms, like a level 2 talent or a level 15 talent. That would be, I think that's a very great buff for Druid, or Feral Druid at that low level. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked here, but Retribution, what do they have that I'm kind of hinting towards? So, in more parry chance, less mana, more damage, but I think so we can look at these 1 second cooldown reduction. That's also great. But this one, Seal of Command, this apparently is the new hotness. We did not pull the other guy. So where we can cleave, and we want this. Simply, we want this as fast as possible. I think we'll save our interrupt for the big guy. We could argue that casting our spells, and I think this will scale up to 10%, would be very great. We don't have that much problem with it at the moment. We'll probably have that later. Okay. Oh, we both guys. But we could go for the... Let's not decide just yet. We could go for the parry chance if we want to go tank. So we kind of get mitigation that way. So the mitigation talent in the offensive line, we got the head. That way we could kind of justify going in that direction. I think maybe the mana reduction is better. So you could argue that we could cast more defensive spells if they cost less mana. Can we hit the water? We probably can't. And woo! Yes! Beautiful. But they can swim. Humanoids can swim. Okay. Beast cannot swim, as I recall. Oh, this beautiful water. I'm so amazed every time I look at it. It's maybe kind of silly. I should have been a dive under. Gotten used to it by now, but I most often play on my MacBook, and it just can't handle the graphics. It runs pretty smoothly when it's cold, and then it begins to heat up, and it chunks the game. Even though I'm playing classic, not the newest version with all the spell effects and everything like that, it can really easily get kind of laggy, and I'm just playing with low settings. So I think playing on this rig is much nicer. Amani trolls. Well, do you have his head? Yes, I have. You defeated him. Yes, I did. Keep your nose clean? What's that supposed to mean? No coke? Okay. We don't have a bracer. We don't have a bracer. Okay.
The reckoning
So
is at
there's nothing
hand.
to compare it against. Very nice. We have a build.
What business have you?
And we find... Oh. Okay, maybe I saved this because I thought that maybe someone would be willing to pay a high price for it. For a green item that just wanted to be geared out. Maybe we are a little further behind the curve now, so a level 5 item isn't really worth that much. And if someone is starting fresh, they don't have the money to blow on it. So I think we do the more fun thing and equip this.
Yes.
Nice, even though it's leather. We can wear all types. Let's capitalize on that. The sell price is 4 copper, so if we really have to, then we can delete this cooking item. But I prefer not to. And I think I should make a bank alt soon. A character I just run from... Maybe I level him to 5 to have disenchanting. And then just stand him in a capital. In order to soak up things that we don't need when we are not near a capital ourselves. And I think it's an easy trick to not waste too much time in the larger cities. I have a tendency to waste a lot of time in the major cities for running back and forth from the auction house and doing my professions and not really... I love the professions. I think it's a major part of the game. And you can't really tell from my skill levels, but mining we're doing pretty fine. Digging in the dirt. We'll share of our insanity with all who wants to. We haven't leveled in engineering yet, so we could switch. It's only like 10 copper investment to switch, and I'm really thinking about dual crafting as well. I really haven't had a character with dual crafting, neither engineering. So that could be fun to try, but
A new Belore de la Na.
I just think the engineering gadgets, they don't really fit well with the lore of the Paladin and the Blood Elf, and yeah. Long have we toiled, ever shall we remain vigilant. 3 ranges of the far Strider retreat are dedicated to setting right the damage. Okay. Yes, here are the metal cats. Well done. By the smell, you returned all. I get these flickers of blackness. I don't know if it's picked up on this on the recording. I hope it's not. It's a little annoying to the eye. The Murlocs have not been scared off, and we read this one. Let's kill him and get back a ring, and we do not get an upgrade, but we do get an upgraded shield, which is prettier.
We will
So it's
have
really nice here
justice.
that we don't have to choose between a good shield and a good sword, due to the fact that we purchase our... It is a main hand, so it's a one hand. Purchased our Gladys. So even though it was a bit of an investment, I'm really glad that we did, and you can already tell that we are getting a lot more cash than we had previously. But let's buff. Do rebuff, and let's just run from that Murloc. Maybe we should kill everything on our path, be the completed murder hobo that we are. Because we do get experience from all sources. I mentioned this, but I think it's a mind shift change that I'm not quite there with. With Season Masteries, it's only the quests, so oftentimes if you can skip grinding, you would, and just focus on completing the quest, because they provide so much more experience, and they will easily outlevel, especially at the start, make you outlevel the zone. So it's really a waste of time to... Oh, and there he is. And can we catch him before we pull too many other things? I don't think so, but maybe hopefully not 3 things. I have 1 guy more. Okay. We have our Divine Protection. I don't know if we Let's try this. Let's focus him. Let's just heal up for... We don't want the third guy. Flash shield. Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. We deserve that one. We have our interrupt and we have a potion. So next time they heal, we'll interrupt them. Maybe we'll focus on healing. Use the potion here. Now interrupt, that will really focus on him healing. He does not. Maybe they only have like one heal. It seems like they have a cooldown on their heal. It's not a very long cooldown, but if you interrupt them, even though it's not an this spell is locked for 6 seconds, interrupt, they will not immediately recast the spell that you interrupted. Oftentimes I found. So it seems like there is a kind of internal cooldown to the... Okay. It's the same damage. The two-handed fantasy, so it's there, it's alive. We can't use one-handed bases. Maybe we should find a weapon master in Silvermoon, and he would probably teach us the way of the maze. And we actually did talk to a weapon master. I don't know if that's the full version or if there's a better weapon master in Silvermoon. So these tactics, die and respawn. Well, we are level 10, so we will incur the penalty, but it's like really minor. I think we'll just complete this quest first, and maybe we'll do it then, because I see there are a lot of quests there, and if we respawn there, then let's save the trip. So I think it's a little cheesy, a little die-hard, but maybe if it can save you just running from place to place, you could of course skip out on mining, which is blasphemous, but it could be something that we are doing. And also things like these that just clutter up the back, because I'm not alchemist, and I don't think I'll have an alchemist on this on Fresh anytime soon. So sending this over, but it requires Swift Thistle. I don't know if Thistle Tea is still a thing. If it is, this ain't gonna be made, because the Swift Thistle is so much worth so much more ahead for the rogues. Yes, reread this. The ring of... You are an instrument of my success and revenge. Have you the ring? Yes. That one. At least. At last. Though the Grimscale did not rout as hoped, it was entertaining. Okay, what a sadist. To watch them panic in confusion when you laid low their chieftain. Okay. So we did nothing, but he was glad that they panicked. And we can choose the slightly used Ranger's Blade, just to say it's still an ugly one. I think the first ones you get are much prettier.
Death to all who oppose us.
Wow, yeah. Especially the Murlocs, right? So, new shield. Very nice. And should we go die? We could. Let the Murlocs have their revenge. Maybe we can stop the aura. We'll have to reapply that anyway. This tilting is so weird. We should not apply judgment, because it will make them kill us. I don't think the trick with the unequipping all your gear works, because I think gear in your back will also take damage, so there's no cheesing it that way. At least I think so. Maybe I'm full of untrue stuff here, but I think that's how it works. We killed one. Last stand of the Paladin. No, we could not. Oh, and we are hurting. Let's release. We end up in fair race. Return me to life. We are the more walker already. Lots of quests, so nice. Getting all good. So let's just get rid of the...
Glory to the Sindori.
Yes, glory to the Sindori. Oh, we could buy a bag. It's really tempting. Oh, we want a bag. Let's 4 silver. Yes, let's do it. At least one.
Hold your head high.
I will. Maybe one more.
We will
Because
persevere.
if we find bags, it's really nice to find the bags. It makes it much more meaningful to find them along the way and get them through quests. But we could put them in our bank. And we'll still have room for one more, but it's just so nice to have the bag space. And it's a big investment at this point, especially we don't have a main to feed us gold. So it is a big investment, but it's also lost opportunity to waste potential loot. And I buffed him instead. Okay. I did it again. So, and it just wants us to accept all the quests. So let's hear what they have to say. It is shameful that we lost so much. We shall regain our strength. So they all very lost averse, which is a very human trait, not unique to elves. My nephew was sent into the Ghostlands. He never mentioned his task, except that it was extremely secret. And he probably shouldn't mention that either. I have the secret, I'm not gonna tell you. He never returned and I fear for the worst. A missing messenger might not mean much, but he's like a son to me. Please look for him. Okay.
Stay the course.
Probably near the border then. I swear I'm going to fireball someone if I don't... If I get one more request from Lord Thatcherell concerning supplies for his party. Do I look like a party planner? That fool and his sycophants are living in denial that we're under attack. Okay. Some of us are actually busy, I don't know, defending what's left of Quel'Thalas. Shut him up. Okay, see, we just got into a bitch fight here, but
Farewell.
let's involve
The eternal sun
us in
guides
that.
us.
The wayward apprentice. Thank you for your help. While I get things in order, I'll ask you for a favor. One of my former apprentices embarked in a very dangerous line journey to the East Sanctum in the middle of the Dead Scar. Word for her well-being. If it's in the middle of the Dead Scar, I could see why you would be worried. Like, totally overrun. You can't find her and convince her to return to her senses. Speak to her. Okay.
Time is of the essence.
Human relations all the way through. And an innkeeper. I think we'll probably... This is very nice. They hide the... I know if we do talk to someone, we
Do not
still get the
loiter.
UI back. But I think it's a nice touch. Let's set it to our home.
Salama Ashalanore.
Yes. Okay, there's some... Did it work? Yes, I think... Nay, Falcon Wing
The
Square.
reckoning is at hand.
Okay, this is a little annoying.
What
We
do you
have to do
seek?
this.
Be ready for anything.
We made it.
Choose wisely.
Ranger Serene. Don't take the safety of this village for granted. We are besieged by the Scourge and the Wretched to the west. Ranger Serene keeps our water safe from the undead. Follow the road and see if you can lend her a hand. Okay, help her out.
Shirelaran.
Shirelaran.
Anubalore Delana.
It's testament to our race's tenacity that Fairweaver's village still stands. We shall never concede defeat to the Scourge ever again. Foul-tainted in the soil precedes the expansion of the Scourge. The protected runestone along the border with the Ghostlands awarded the land. The westernmost runestone was destroyed, which forced us to burn the ground around it. Watch it over the sacred grove. Go find her. She might have some work for you.
Remember
Okay.
the sun well.
So they are worried
I
about.
have one-of-a-kind items.
Oh, this is for the new profession, I think. One of a kind
We will
items.
have justice.
General goods.
Anaria Shola.
We did. Look at this.
Shorel Aran.
I'm so curious. I want to find all the secret rare recipes.
The dark times will pass.
Oh, we want this, but not right now.
Remember the sun well.
I will remember the sun well. I'm leveling my priest, and we just did the dungeon under Stormwind City. There's a quest, one more quest here. And I was so much wanting for the owl pit that you could purchase back in Danasis, but I didn't have the money for it back then either. But it's nice to have a little companion following around. We're too merciful. I think I read this before. We ought to drive a sword through each of them. Oh, and maybe this was why they didn't want us to do this, because now we have to go back there. Okay, so we thought we could outsmart the...
Keep your wits about
guide. Yeah. Okay. We couldn't outsmart the guide, so we said to ourselves, we can't think of anything, let's use a guide. And then our hubris made me... I say I tried to spread the blame, but my hubris made it so that I wanted to outsmart the guide anyway. The architecture is a little funny. Torn, everyone wants to level here. Hello, Pelt Collection.
Glory to the Sindori.
The spring paw that inhabit the region are known for their high quality pelts. We've seen night elf scum. We really don't like the night elf. Travel these lands to poach them. Our skirmishes with the Amani have put a bit of strain on our supplies. Handcrafted piece of armor. Okay. And his leatherworking skills are high enough so he can produce mail. Very nice.
We will have justice.
We will have justice. So where did the Tauren go? I wanted to buff him. You'll probably use the attack power. Okay, so now we can go along with the guide here. And we're filling out our quest log, and it expanded. We can have 25 quests. What a nice change. I did not know. I think the quest log is so often full in the...
We will persevere.
Wow, he's the ranger. There's no wind to the undead. It's not that far from the city, no. You here to help us? Why didn't you say so earlier? You can always use a hand. That's great.
Be ready for anything.
I'm ready for anything. Defending Fairbrace Village. We're experiencing a marked increase in scorched attack. Our defenses are barely holding, and there's no sign of reinforcements. Let us a hand by defending the village, by thinning the numbers. Okay, so it's a kill quest.
Justice.
And keep an eye for Springball, return. Okay, so along the way. And I think this is the nice part about Arrested Experience compared to WoW Pro, because it can really only figure out the next step. So if it would say the next step is to kill the Springball, it would not direct this arrow towards step 47. It will direct the arrow towards step 46, where it expects us to find the Springball. But this is much more... whoops. Okay, so we don't lose aggro. We found out that now. That's great. So we can use it very offensively. We don't need to worry that the mobs will run away. And find minerals is kept on. I forgot to reapply that. But it didn't matter. So there's a lot of convenient changes for Wrath. That's very nice. We have to use an item for Barons. Oh. That is nice. But this will direct us towards the next step, and just say keep an eye out for them on your way there. You don't need to finish it now. That is such a nice feature of a Rested Experience compared to the alternative. I think I need to turn the buffs off. Not really too much.
To the Sindori.
Alchemy Trainer. Okay.
Our enemies will fall.
It will. Hello there. What's your name, Sir Crispin? No matter. What brings you to my home? Oh, good Magistrate Dawnstrider to finally respond to my simple request. I should take up the matter with her attitude. The Region Lord, she's quite rude. Nothing for you to concern you with. Now you're here, maybe you'll finally be able to get those party supplies that I've been waiting for. I have bad news. I like to throw parties, just a little something to celebrate the magnificence that is Quel'Thalas. But I'm in a bit of a bind. I need you to gather more party supplies. From Wine Master Sun-Touched. Bring me a bottle. Acquire more of those delicious spring pour appetizers, and you can pick up my delivery of fireworks. Okay, so be quick about it. Allows the bearer full access to everything that the party has to offer. Okay.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Baladash Malinore.
What do you have to say about this?
The eternal sun guides us.
Greetings, my lord. I trust that you are having a pleasant time. Okay, so...
The reckoning is at hand.
Oh, really? Who cried? And this is a party, I suppose. And a herbalism trainer and a tailoring trainer. How'd you go? Okay, so a really fun party, this one. But the arrow disappeared for some reason. So I'm just beginning to praise this one, but it says kill the wretched as you get the boxes. And this is probably because it's confused about us having done the things in the wrong order. Because it probably detects that we want to point towards the boxes, but we have completed that already. So it auto checks that box, and maybe it's a little confused about that one. Finish killing the wretched. Do we have 2 quests that do the same thing? I guess it says killing them. Okay, so it points us towards the boxes. There should be a step in between that we have already completed. It's weird. Let's skip the copper brain for now. Okay, so we could really have been more effective if we probably have took up this quest before going to kill their chieftain. But we did murder a lot of them on the way there. No matter, it's still grind XP. But we haven't... One more healing potion. Maybe we should decide on a talent. I don't know if increasing our parry chance when we don't have parry makes any sense at all. And we don't want to go with spellcasting, but let's just put a point into it. I think that's the way of justifying it. We'll go tank, and we will get mitigation this way. And basically 5% less damage. So that is nice. And that way we can get to Seal of Command. And I think even if we do tank and we do it while soloing, the nice thing is that we can, with tanking priorities, we could perhaps kill multiple enemies. I don't know if it's due to being Wrath and everything being easier, or if that would be due to us being Paladin. But I think it's something that we could do. We definitely can do it now. We could kill both the boss and 2 of his companions at the same time, which I was actually pretty impressed by, without using Divine Protection. So we have a lot of tools. Let's put them to good use. A good crit there. Now the Paladin. We also really want to train our spells, especially if you don't have. I wonder if parry is active. There is no parry, so we put a point into doing nothing, and yeah, it seems bad. Hey man, you're forgetting to buff, and we forgot to buff ourselves as well, so we shouldn't be too smart about it. Want a team? let's just finish up this guy. So there's a merit to both tactics. You could either debuff both of them so that they heal you, or you could just finish off one guy so they don't attack you, which is probably more effective in most instances. So what are we missing? Hooligans we have enough of. It's the thugs that we are missing. There's a thug. And we want more buttons to press, definitely. Most definitely. Evil. Okay. Let's see how it handles now. Finishing 2 parts at the same time. So effective. Yep. And spring. And now it saw us run to the Murlocs. And we have this cargo. Run to the Murlocs. And we have done that already. And check that off. So it's not that one. But could we go there? Oh. Maybe we are duping ourselves again here. We'll skip one of the copper veins. Then jump down. Or nice. Just tag them. And then one to the vein. I think we could make a macro for the time being. We almost always want to just use judgment on cooldown, so we could make judgment and then make a start attack macro, which would mean that we don't have to re-up. There's no rank actually to it. Okay, I'm a little curious about that. We don't get a new rank of it. Maybe we should just go complete this one. Let's do it. The excuse could be that there are spring paws on the way there. And we do have our hotstone set there. And I think it might work out to be 1 episode if we use our hotstone there. Especially have the last spring paw pelt. That could be 1 episode. I think that could be a great way to... Somber task.
Victory lies ahead.
It does. So this is the Scorched Groove. What brings you here? With good reason. Oh, my brother sent you. I do have a task. Great. 1 silver. These are difficult times. It was a hard decision to burn the woods. The Treants, who've been our friends, are now trying to foster the Greek growth. This is a painful thing. But we have failed to convince our former allies to cease their endeavors. So we must force them to do so.
We will have justice.
So even though they hate the Night Elves, they seem to be a little Night Elf-like at least. Maybe we'll wait with this quest, because maybe we have something else here later. Let's not try to be smarter than the than the quests. But maybe we could go the other way around now. We don't have to go this way. We could go here, grab this quest, and then go in there. So that's not too bad. There was a mine over here or over here. And maybe there's a spring fall. Definitely there's a mine. We are really filling up our bags with a lot of mining materials now. A lot of... Looking for more SP. What is this tilt? I think we need to reduce that. That could perhaps also be a thing I do off screen. Oh, there's a spring bow. Give it to us. And another mine. Perfect. So we want to go to town and level our professions and our abilities so we can make good use of our talent. And especially since we are about to have another point, from handing all these quests in. Perfect, and we got the last item. Let's use the stone. Nice turning effect. Boom. And we are here. So I think I'll hand in the quests and pick up the new ones, just so we know what we're about to do in the next episode. So let's remember to buff people. I think that's it for this episode. Finally here to hang out with a... wonder if I can... when I can't see the... oh, that's nice. A little shisha here and cozy fire. All good. So... the slash commands really don't work when you don't have the interface enabled, but never mind. Have a good one. Bye.